Last night I questioned why we do the whole primetime State of the Union address before Congress thing, and after once again sitting through endless platitudes, applause lines, and chants from grown adults, I'm questioning it even more. And for those of you who think the message of bipartisanship and compromise is what we really need right now, take a look at this.
My administration has met extensively with both Democrats and Republicans to craft a bipartisan approach to immigration reform. We presented Congress with a detailed proposal that should be supported by both parties as a fair compromise.
That wasn't last night, that was last year. And we all know what's happened since. But back to last night. From the jockeying for position on the House floor, some members of Congress can be seen greeting the president, to the use of invited guests as political props on both sides of the aisle, this archaic tradition has got to go. Of course, if you mention the military, as Trump did almost immediately, and then just about every 10 minutes after, everybody stands. And while a shout out to women in the workforce to end childhood cancer and to eradicate HIV, cutting Medicaid won't help achieve that goal, by the way, got bipartisan ovations, most every other line prompted that same old partisan jack-in-the-box reaction.
I am asking Congress to pass legislation to prohibit the late-term abortion of children.
The Republicans leap up and the Democrats sit stone-faced, waiting for the next cue from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. At best, last night's address kept the fact-checkers in business, with the Washington Post determining a total of 30 faulty claims.
Wages are rising at the fastest pace in decades. Nearly 5 million Americans have been lifted off food stamps. For the first time in 65 years, we are a net exporter of energy.
At worst, it was a constitutionally sanctioned remix of Trump's greatest Twitter hits.
An economic miracle is taking place in the United States, and the only thing that can stop it are foolish wars, politics, or ridiculous partisan investigations. Simply put, walls work and walls save lives.
Oops, he forgot hashtag no collusion. You know, at times Speaker Pelosi stopped listening altogether, started reading some mysterious documents over the president's shoulder. By the end of the night, invited Trump guest Joshua Trump was fast asleep. And I have to say I envied him, just as I did Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg when she nodded off during Barack Obama's address in 2013 and then again in 2015. And I know there are those who argue this endless event is constitutionally mandated, to which I say, prove it. The only thing the Constitution says, the president shall from time to time give to the Congress information of the State of the Union and recommend to their consideration such measures as he shall judge necessary and expedient. Nothing about a primetime speech or any of this pomp and circumstance. Really, it seems like the president could just jot down a few notes on a napkin, pass it to Congress, and fulfill his duty. So I say, let's end this dog and pony show once and for all, reclaim the hour and a half we lost this year and countless years before, return to scrolling through the president's Twitter feed for his every thought like a civilized society.